in the last week, we covered the meaning of the first Anuvaka. Before we go to the second Anuvaka, there is one part which is traditionally chanted, which is not part of the Samhita, that is the original text, which is Shambhave Namaha Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Triyambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikalaग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः. So this mantra has been added on by our elders for several centuries, because the theme that was the content of the first Anuvaka, there is a lot of shift in the way in which the Rudra is presented from the second Anuvaka onwards. So we had to give a link to the two. So for the sake of that link, we do not know who is the Rishi for this, but that Rishi has added this. It is a very beautiful, a very profound mantra. So today we will see what exactly this part of the mantra means. So Shambhave Namaha. Sham means auspicious. Bhava means to produce, to generate, to bring about. So who is a Shambhu? Shambhu is the one who produces or brings about auspiciousness. Therefore he is Shambhave Namaha. All this of course refers to Shiva and Rudra only. So the root Bhu is a very interesting root in Sanskrit grammar. The original Panini Sutra is Bhu Sattayam Vachi. That is, you use the root Bhu to indicate existence. Sattayam Vachi means it's a word used for the sake of Sattayam, that which is Sat. Sat means ever true. So whenever you have to use a word, a combination of the sounds to indicate that something is existing, we say Bhu, we use the root Bhu. That is why even in conversational Sanskrit, you use Bhavan, Bhavati. Bhavan, we use the word Bhavan because you are here. You are existing here right in front of me. And then of course you may know the grammatical rule, Bhavadyoge namadhyamaha sheshe pratamaha. There is a rule. That means whenever you are using Bhu, then you can only use the Madhyama Purusha, not the Uttama Purusha. Then you use sheshe pratamaha. You can only use the Pratama Purusha, so that is a grammatical point. That is why you say Bhavan Dadatu. So may you give me. So that construction is important, because you have to use only Pratama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha. You cannot use Madhyama Purusha. So Bhusattayam Vachi, wherever there is existence, there is presence, we use the word Bhava. Bhava also means samsara. So the flux of becoming is removed by Shambhu. Not only that, Shambhu, Sham means auspicious. So whenever you use the word Shambhave Namaha, he is the one who brings auspiciousness into our everyday changing life. So the moment you say Shambhave Namaha means there are so many ups and downs and turbulences that we go through in our life. Every time he brings auspiciousness. And therefore, having appeased Rudra with the prayer in the first Anuvaka, and he has become peaceful, and he is also using Shivena Vajasa, that is, he is using words of endearment towards the Bhakta, and therefore now we say, you bring auspiciousness in every unit of change that happens to me, every moment in my changing life. Like that we have to understand Shambhave Namaha. And then Bhagavan Namaste Astu. Namaste, I have already defined what Namaste is in previous interpretations. And Bhagavan also I have given the meaning, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, etc. The 6 qualities of Bhagavan, we have talked about it. Vishveshwaraya. Vishveshwara means Lord of the Universe. Simple interpretation. He is also the deity of Varanasi and Kashi. So, but Vishwa is a very technical term in Vedanta. It refers to our gross body. Ishvara is also a technical term relating to the gross universe. Therefore, one who is the Lord of both the gross individual body and the universal body is Vishveshwara. And this is one of the reasons why Kashi, the most ancient holy city of mankind, not just of India, of mankind, the presiding deity is Vishveshwara. Vishveshwaraya. Maha Devaya. Deva, we saw comes from the root Dev, to shine. So Mahadevaya means one who is a very shining one. So where do we have the reference to the shining one earlier in the Rudradhyaya itself? Utainam Gopa Adrishan Adrishan Udaharyaha. This shining Surya during the day, Enam, this person, this entity, Gopaha, all the cowherds have seen. Udaharyaha, the women who carry water to their homes from the rivers and from the tanks and from the lakes, they have seen, everybody has seen. So this Mahadeva, who is known to everybody, to him Namaha. Then Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Triambakaya. Triambaka means one who has got 3 eyes. Surya, Chandra, Agni. The one who has got these 3 eyes. So in the Ardhanarishwara Stotra, Adi Shankara, picking up on the contrast between Mahadevi and Shankara, is Samekshanayai Vishamekshanaya. Ekshana means eyes. Samekshana means even numbered eyes. So one who has got even numbered eyes, Samekshanayai, Vishama means odd. Vishamekshanaya. Both of you are together as Ardhanarishwara. So what is the significance of this? Matra Hridaya, the heart of a mother, is to Samekshana, to see with equanimity. All she has got for the child is nothing but love only. And then she looks at the child with total compassion. Whereas Vishamekshana, he can blow hot, blow cold. As Surya, you cannot even look into his eyes. And as Chandra, he will be very benevolent. And you don't know when he will be benevolent and when he will flare up. And then he is also of Agni. So the Devi is Samekshana, even-eyed. So as Jagannatha, she is the very embodiment of love and compassion. And love and compassion is always even in its spirit. Then you have Vishamekshana, Surya Netra, you cannot stare into it. Chandralochana brings joy and compassion, and Agni Netra is ready to burn us at any moment of notice. But as Agni Netra, he will also burn our negativities. And as Agni Netra, he will receive our oblations. Whenever you say Namaste Rudra, it will be like doing a homa for Lord Shiva into his Agni Netra. So therefore, he is the embodiment of Yajna, Yajamana. He is also the Yajamana. He is also the one who actually brings a lot of comfort for the entire universe. And Kalidasa has immortalized this. So one of the days when we study the Kavya, I will connect this to Kalidasa's introduction to Abhijnana Shakuntala. Then Tripurantakaya. So you already know the story of the Tripura Asura Vadhe. But here, Tripura also represents to the Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. Stula means gross, Sukshma means subtle, Karana means causal, body at the individual level. In all these bodies, he is Antaka means he terminates. He terminates our taking repeated births. All the three bodies he will completely remove. How? By what means? By giving jnana. That is why Shiva is also Vidyadipati. Tripurantakaya. Trikalagrikalaya. Trikala means past, present and future. Three segments of time. Bhuta, Bhavya, Bhavishyat. So why does this sage use Trikala Agni? Because the movement of the three times is like fire. Because as fire, it consumes the past. And the fire is burning to evaporate the present. And the fire is waiting to burn tomorrow. So all these three kalas is this threesome fearful Agni when we are attached to our body. As long as the Dehabhimana is there, we become very concerned about getting old, our limbs becoming weak. But when Dehabhimana is there, by worshipping Rudra, he becomes Kalagni Rudra. He becomes the annihilator of the Kalagni. One more interesting point here as a connection to Vedanta. What is Bhuta? Anything you have done in the past is going to give you a kind of a karma. What is that karma? It is Sanchita karma. Anything that you are going to commit in future is called Agami karma. Isn't it? And anything you are going through now is called Prarabdha karma. So, how is he Trikala Agni Kalaya? As the one who removes the past Sanchita karma, he will burn the future Agami karma and he will give us the mental maturity to go through the Prarabdha karma. Because when does raw rice become edible? Only when it is boiled and cooked, isn't it? So, all the past karmas are actually burnt by Kalagni, Sanchita karma. Prarabdha, the Agami karma will not be there because it's already burnt by this Kalagni Rudra. And the Prarabdha karma is cooked and made edible, means you will be able to go through the Prarabdha karmas with no resistance. Yesterday in our class, we talked quite a bit about what resistance is. So, when Kalagni Rudra is worshipped as the destroyer of time, then what is the sign of the person who is going through the Prarabdha karma with total equanimity and balance? That state is called spiritual maturity. So, spiritual maturity is to go through our Prarabdha karmas without complaining and doing whatever is necessary. That is all the grace that we ask of Lord Shiva in Kalagni Rudraya. Otherwise, time is looked at with a very different perspective. A materialistic view of time is we regret for the time that we have lost. I should have done this, I should have done that. Already I am 90 years old. So all those dukkhas will come, isn't it? And if a person is young, then I have got so many, another 80 years ahead of me. I will do this, I will do that. And then he will go through life with so much of unnecessarily wasting energy without knowing what exactly one should do. So Kalagni Rudra will prevent us from wasting time, and he will also help us in becoming mature about not regretting about the lost time. Otherwise, we will think that I have wasted lot of time. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, no, you did not waste any time. Time wasted you. Of course, Swamiji has picked up straight from Bhartrihari. There is a very beautiful Subhashita by Bhartrihari. Bhogana bhukta vayameva bhukta. I did not enjoy all the pleasures of life, the pleasures enjoyed me. Tapona taptam vayameva taptaha. I did not do any tapas. The heat, the tapatraya, actually that ate me. Kalo na yato vayameva yataha. Time did not go away. I went away. And then, Trishna na jirna. Vayameva jirna. My desires did not become lean, but I became lean and wasted. So this is exactly, again, even Adi Shankara also says in Shivaparada Kshamapana Stotra, Ayur Nasyati Pashyatam Pratidinam. Look at yourself. Every single day, our lifespan is reducing. Yati Kshayam Yauvanam. Youthfulness will also perish every single day. Pratyayanti Gata Na Divasa. All those days which have gone behind will never come back to us. Why? Because Kalo Jagadbhakshaka. He is the one who eats the entire. That's why Shiva is also called Kala. He eats the entire universe. Kalo Jagadbhakshaka. Lakshmi Stoya Taranga Bhanga Chapala. How is the coming and going of Lakshmi? It is like wild waves which you cannot predict when it will come and when it will disappear. Lakshmi Stoya Taranga Bhanga Chapala. Vidyut Chalam Jivitam. Life goes as a lightning. So fast it goes. Vidyut Chalam. Tasman Mam Sharanagatam Sharanada. Therefore I now surrender before you, you who can only give refuge to me. Raksha Raksha Adhuna. Right now, please protect me. So this so much of there in one single word, Kalagni Rudraya. Neelakanthaya. We have talked about this Neelakantha as how did he get the blue throat. But there is another one. You remember in the Lagunyasa, we have got a introductory prayer, Brahmanda Vyapta Deha Bhasita Himarucha Bhasamana Bhujangaihi. So how is he? Brahmanda Vyapta Deha. His body is completely pervading the entire creation. So you have to imagine how is the creation? The earth is his feet, the sky is his face. When you look at any day, when you look at the blue sky, that is the neck, the throat of Lord Shiva. This is how you can actually use the entire creation itself for Anusandhana. So wherever you are, there is Lord Shiva. So look at the blue sky, here is Neelakantha. You can always say Neelakanthaya Namaha. Mrityunjayaya. Mrityunjaya usually is associated with the story of Markandeya. So many of you know those stories. But the tattva behind the Mrityunjaya is avidyaya. That is, Mrityu is Deha Antahkarana, that is the psychological part of our body, and the physical part of the body are the tools. Isn't it? These are the tools. Another name for these tools is called avidya. Anything that is gross, manifest, perceivable to me and to others is all avidya. This avidya, by the grace of Mrityunjaya, by Shastrabhyasa, Shravana Manana Nididhyasa, Karma Bhakti Jnana Vairagya, you transcend Mrityu. So how is death transcended? By means of Shastrabhyasa, listening, contemplating, putting the Shastra into practice, Karma Yoga, Bhakti, Jnana, all these things will slowly remove our avidya and create vidya. Vidya is Atma Jnana, and thus Lord Shiva, by giving us vidya, through all the above, Shravana Manana, etc., he becomes Mrityunjaya. So, Mrityunjaya means it is not just you surrender to Shiva, suddenly he takes away your death. How can he do that? This also in our class last night we talked about it. You can, the Lord, omnipotence of Ishvara means he can only do what is possible, not doing the impossible. Sarveshwaraya, straightforward meaning. Ishvara, Lord of everything. Sadashivaya, always bringing auspiciousness, straightforward. Sriman Mahadevaya, to again the Mahadeva. Have you noticed that Mahadeva has been used twice? Namaste astu bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya. Ends with Mahadevaya Namaha. So what is the rule of the Shastra? Never to repeat. Why Mahadeva is repeated here? The first Mahadeva in this whole passage refers to Vidya, that is Atma, which is transcendent. The second Mahadeva refers to Anatma, material matter of the universe. So, the reason why this profound sage, unfortunately we do not know who it is, this profound sage has given this very lilting, very beautiful litany of epithets strung with such lovely musical flow, uses Mahadeva in the beginning and the end to understand that Mahadeva is Brahman who is inhering in the Jagat. This is a very important in the study of the Rudra because until now there was one Rudra to whom we were worshipping, isn't it? Rudra, you have got this bow, you have got this arrow, become calm, look at me with peace, on and on and on. Suddenly, from the next Anuvaka onwards, we are going to meet hundreds of Rudras. So how did this one Rudra become this multifarious Rudras? Have got to be given a link for us because we are all Mandadikaris. Mandadikaris means not very keen students. So for a very keen student, you don't need to do that. But for us, the sage has given, here is the link. Because Ishvara inheres in the Jagat. All the following Anuvakas or paragraphs will identify the myriad differences of the universe. So I have to introduce to you a very, very important philosophical concept. The philosophical context here is, how can the Jagat, the world, appear in its variety? A. B. How can we harmonize all the different things that are there in the variety of things that are there? So we have to take the discussion of how Jagat or the world appears to us. In this, we have got to look at two important concepts, whether the creation is Sat-Karya or Asat-Karya. The Sat-Karyavada, Asat-Karyavada, whether a cause morphs itself into an effect. Is the cause inherent in the effect, or is it something different from the effect, All those deep concepts we will take up in the Shastra Bhaga of next week.